Alright, welcome to the video, guys. In this one, I'm going to be showing you 3 replays actually from the ELC EVEN 90, and all these games were in the past couple of days, but I'll be doing a lot of overtime this coming week at work, so I'm going to go ahead and just put all 3 of these replays into one video for you guys. So hope you enjoy it, and let's get into it. So first map, guys, we're going to be looking at Minsk. Now, Minsk, guys, is a very hard map to scout, and really the biggest problem with it is that there's just nowhere to go, right? I mean, you make this initial pass, everyone knows how to do this. I can get really aggressive with it because I'm in the ELC EVEN. I don't even think I got spotted there by the links yet. Now I get lit, and you know, this is just simple. You know, it's a very simple active scout pass, guys. There's not much else going on here. I'm even about to go 4 times just so we can get through this. You know, we're taking a shot at the links there. Progetto comes up. We're going to try and take shots at the Progetto. And what you can do here, guys, is, you know, just like I'm doing here, you can poke up here, and because the wall is here, you won't necessarily always get a outline on your targets that are passing here. But you could sit here and you can poke shots at people that continue to cross where is it, this like E1 area right here. So pay attention to that, and you know, obviously in this given replay, guys, we lost that side of the map so quickly, but that's something really important to note, is that you can get shots like this, and you can even get shots on the heavies that come up to this little like well here, or whatever the heck it is over here. So just keep in mind that you can do that from this little hill, and that will help you on this map more, I think, because once I realize I can get those kind of shots off, you know, you'll actually be able to get damage in a freaking light tank. You know, it's like, because this map is just awful for light tanks. So what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm telling the Basante, or however you pronounce that, to just stay here, because what's going to happen is, if I can spot these guys coming through this little area here, actually here and here, he'll be able to poke out and have shots. So he's not in the worst of areas right now. However, if I were him, I probably would have already gotten out of there. But it is what it is, guys. So, you know, I mean, once you're there, like, especially if you're in a tank as slow as the Basante, there's no point in trying to get out now. So we're just going to use this. I blocked the UDES, and I felt really bad about that, but he, you know, YOLO'd me there, and it's just like, okay, dude, you know, like, you don't have to, like, ram me down the hill and then get spotted just because I got in your way. You know, like, I get it. So I'm just trying to use this tree to spot people, and unfortunately, guys, we run into the UDES. UDES could have gotten a shot off there, but it is what it is, guys. You know, you just have to try and work with your team, and unfortunately, we kind of butted heads here. So moving on, guys, what we're going to do is try and take a couple shots on these guys. Now, I don't really care about damage here. I know that I can more than likely use all these guys right here to get damage on these guys. Like, I don't need to get damage myself. I'm never worried about damage in this tank, guys. This tank is just a ghost. That's what you have to do in it. And all I'm trying to do is get these guys lit, figure out where the heck they are, and that's what we're doing. So we're going to YOLO the RHM, basically. I take a shot from him there. I didn't think he'd be focusing me, but he was, and we take a shot from him, and now it's 10 to 8, guys. Now, only the heavies are left, and again, like I was saying, guys, now we're basically going to do the same thing. You know, we just have to stay invisible in this tank. That's what it's made to do. So now we're going to do the same thing, just on the opposite side. We want to spot these heavies, and I don't want to get too aggressive with it. And you know that the Tiger's going to die. He's getting pressed by those 2 heavies. So I'm watching this on my mini-map, and I know that this Tiger is going to die. And more than likely what these guys will do is poke through this opening, so that's why I'm sitting right here. You can see where I'm sitting. And I have vision on this whole entire area of the map. So E75 is trying to poke at the mid, and we have view range on him as well. So just sitting here, guys, I can spot, you know, and this is why winning at least one side of the map is so important. You can never, like, lose one side of the map and then retreat and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if we won this side of the map, right? If we were to just come back down this way and try and defend it, then they could technically, even though they're heavies, they would then have this side of the map too. So you have to be really careful in deciding when you're going to retreat and kind of how to do it. So in this situation, guys, we take the left side of the map, the west side of the map, and now it's easy to defend because we know that no one is out here, you know, in this whole area. So it's just basically like a east-west battle right now. That's all it is, you know. So I'm keeping all these guys lit, so even if people don't get shots of them, at least we know kind of where they are. And what I expect to happen is someone is going to get on cap, right? One of these guys is going to get on cap, and realistically speaking, one of our guys could get on cap too. That might have been a better, you know, scenario, or well, I wouldn't call it necessarily a scenario, but it would be a better decision to make, like, say, like if the Basante went for cap or something like that, just to put some pressure on these guys to, you know, get on cap. But it is what it is, guys. Like, everyone has different kinds of strategies. You know, it looked like my team just kind of wanted to camp out, and that's what we're going to do. So regardless, I'm spotting these guys. There's nothing else for me to do in an ELC even 90. Like, I'm not going to YOLO heavies. So we'll kind of push through this a little bit, and ultimately what ends up happening, guys, is one of these tanks gets on cap. It's the AMX M4 gets on cap. Now, when this guy gets on cap, there's one issue you have to kind of address here, and that's there's a wall here that you can go to get you won't really be able to hide that well. Like, I could still spot the guy, but his lower plate is going to be, you know, I'm not going to be able to see his lower plate. So that's one thing to note. If you're on the other side, guys, and you're in a heavy or whatever, there is a little wall here that's unbreakable that you can get behind to kind of keep yourself protected. Now, I'm coming to this push, guys. I'm just trying to keep these guys lit. Earlier in the game, the Tiger was also, by the way, really mad at my ability to spot the enemy team. Don't listen to these people, okay? I am doing everything that I can do to basically win this game, guys. So don't ever listen to other people, you know, on your team, guys. You just ignore them. And he was a terrible player too. So what we're doing, guys, is we're spotting these guys, exactly what I should be doing, and the M4 is basically permalit. Now, like I said, I don't have shots at this guy's lower plate, so all I could do is maybe shoot HE. I eventually, because I see that the cap is really starting, you know, he kept getting hit, I guess, a little bit, so like the cap got reset a couple times, but I decided to take a shot with HE there. Pretty sure this is the first time I've ever used HE in this tank, guys. I take 3 more there, and the other 2, or rather 2 more, and those 2 just bounce. So I think I was kind of lucky with the first shot. But we end up cleaning up the other guys, and now this AMX is going to eventually be in a crossfire. I get one more shot on him there, a high roll to reset the cap. So we got 2 cap resets, guys, which is great. And my team is going to press him, and we're going to get the win. So hopefully it's informative, you know, this video to kind of show you how this map works. You know, like, we almost lost this side of the map, then we were able to gain control of it because I was spotting people here, and we got control of this side, so then my team moved to this side, and then we lost this side of the map, so all the heavies were sitting in here. And really, that's where this area of the map becomes very effective, guys, because you could sit here in a TD, you can sit here in a light, you could just scout this this whole thing right here, and you can scout this whole thing right here. So it basically puts people well, not necessarily into a crossfire, but you're just spotting everyone. So that's what I have to say about the tactics of this map, guys. If you're ever doubting that you're going to win one side, or you just see that their team YOLO'd one side of the map, or, you know, what have you, if you're losing one side of the map, you can always come back to here. And that's where you know, that's what I would do. You come back to this area here, and you kind of, you know, reassess the situation is the best way I can put it. That's what I do in this game, guys. I reassess the situation, and that's what I did here. And I've had the same thing happen on this side where I carried a game just by sitting in this little bush. So use that to your advantage, guys, and I hope that kind of helps you with the map Minsk. Now let's get into the next game. So we're going to be on Malinovka, and guys, Malinovka it's such an easy map to play in the ELC even. It's nothing like Minsk, so completely different you know, kind of situation going on here. And what I'm going to do, or ultimately end up doing at the end of this game, is spotting for my TDs in the back. It wasn't looking good, guys. We were getting pressed. We lost basically the entire map, and I'm going to kind of speed ahead to that just so we can get to the third video. But I want to get through these quickly. But you'll see that I get initial spots in the beginning of the game, and then I move down to the field. And that's what I tell people. Every time I'm on this map, guys, when it's encounter mode, I come here, I try and maybe get in this bush. Usually I'm spotted though, so I just kind of poke, I'm lit, okay, I run, and we spotted 8 people, guys, and this freaking Borisk just comes out of nowhere, but whatever, guys. And we spot 8 people here, and you know, these initial spots can be really, really effective, guys. So I highly recommend you do this. It could be sometimes a little risky, but given that it's encounter, like, you know, you're not going to really run into any crossfire because everyone spawns here. So if you do it quickly, you know, you'll at least know where all their guns are. So we get some initial spots there, guys. We spot 8 people. We only do 1,000 spotting damage, but I mean, that's not too bad for just initial spots, right? So I'm going to come into the bush. Like, this is the bush, guys. Everyone goes to this bush. You have to watch for the blind fire. And I'm just going to sit here. Now we're going to speed through this, you know, rapidly so we can get through this to towards the end of the game. And you'll see we spot like the SA2, STA2, we spot the Skoda coming through, the HWK30, and the Borisk is poking in this area. And that's a good place to go, guys, especially on encounter mode. Because you can get into a little pocket here, and it's actually even better over here, and you can spot people and get some kind of crossfire type shots. So let's keep speeding ahead, guys, until this game gets good. The Skoda, like, YOLO's that guy, basically. I'm able to get into this bush. We spot the STRV, and this is all we're doing, guys. I mean, 1,000 spotting damage right there. That was wild. But what I'm doing, guys, now is, obviously, if you're watching the map, we've lost the hill. So in this situation, the best bush to go to is in this area. I mean, you don't have to come right to this specific bush. Like, you could try coming into here, but I don't recommend it because then you'll probably spot these people too late and they'll be on top of you. So you could, and it looked like Artie saw me knock down a tree there, or you just took a guess or whatever. So what we can do here, guys, is sit here. Now the problem is we lost the field as well. So I have 3 TDs and an RD, and we got big guns back here, like the Gorilla, the FV especially. I mean, this is a massive gun, guys, that does like, what, 1,100 damage or something like that. So all I'm doing is just trying to keep everyone spotted, and I'm trying to pick the best bush that I can get into to spot basically the entire map, because we are in a kind of a massive hole here, guys. Like, this is the only map we have. We have some, I don't know, 9 squares of the map, and usually when this happens, guys, the game is over. Like, you can't lose, I mean, realistically speaking, right? You can't lose most of the map and win the game. You know, it's very, very difficult to do that. In this case, we were able to do it because I have good TDs back here that actually hit stuff, and you know, we were able to pull this off. But what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just trying to, like, you know, run around and see where people are going to be. Because if they start coming down the field, then we're going to lose that side of the map. If they come down the hill, then we're going to kind of lose that. Like, I have to be in like 3 places at one time, guys. And that's why I said in the chat, I can't be 2 places at once. So I'm trying to find the best spot. And because the ELC is invisible, guys, I don't even like really need to stay in bushes. I sit here for another 10 seconds and then I move again, and I'm constantly just moving just to see where these people are, because once they get on top of us, they'll spot the TDs and that's it. So right here, guys, we spot the FV, we spot the IS-32, they get good shots into those guys, and we're at almost 6,000 spotting damage. And this is why it's so important to stay alive, guys. I get 1 shot into the STRV, and this is all we're doing, guys. We just need to keep these guys lit, because if they, you know, push into this area of the map and I light them, my TDs are going to annihilate them. So that's all we're doing here, guys. This is where the ELC shines. It's just an amazing tank. I don't even think I was spotted there initially by the FV. The E4 comes over, and you see right there, guys, I spot the E4. And I'm actually going to go back and just replay this from my view. You can see me running away from his gun. If I can get to my view here. And so right here, you will see me running away from this guy. And then the FV gets basically one-shots the guy for 1,622 damage, guys. And that's just incredible. Basically, that was the game-winning shot right there. I'd like to call it that. And all we're going to do now, guys, is just kind of see what this FV is doing. I know that from seeing his location that I can come around this way and spot him from the field. So that's what I'm going to do here. I go and basically run all the way across the middle of the field, and the FV is going to YOLO him, and these guys basically knock each other out. Right there, the FV actually takes a shot, and I think he kills himself doing that. But that's fine, guys. That guy's now dead. He was the biggest threat, and now we're just looking for the CGC and the STRV. And you know, turns out that the CGC is not where I thought he would be. I would think he would be like over in this corner, but it is what it is, guys. We get like one shot on him, and STRV is spotted at the top of the hill, and that guy gets the kill on him. So in this, you know, game, guys, we got 8,000 spotting damage, only 449 damage. Like, I can't stress enough, guys. I'm not sure what happened here either. It says 1 spot, but we had like 9 spots, so I think this just got glitched or whatever. But 8,000 spotting damage, guys, and like I always say, don't worry about damage in this tank. It's not made to deal damage. I'm never worried about my damage in this tank. 8,000 spotting damage, we carried that game. It was a lot of fun. One of the guys messaged me after the game, and you just love having these games, guys. So there you have it for the second one. And finally, for the last game, guys, we're going to be on Sand River. Now, Sand River it's actually, for the ELC, surprisingly easy to scout this map. You know, sometimes it's hit or miss. Sometimes we get YOLO'd in the south, and sometimes you get games like the one I'm about to show you, where everything is just going the right way. You know, everything is just working perfectly. And that's what happens here, guys, is I'm able to spot the south side of the map, use my concealment rating, and we basically annihilate this team on encounter mode. So with the ELC having such good concealment, you don't even need to hide in a bush. You don't need to do any of that. Like, you can active scout without even being lit. I mean, it's the most amazing thing ever, guys. So I actually really like this map now. So we come over here, guys, and we're going to try and get through this quickly. I know it's the third video, so it's going to be a very long video, third replay rather. So we're coming here and we spot the links, and I wasn't even lit there. So I just poke up, I poke up on this hill, and it still looks like the lynx still hasn't spotted me. And all we're doing now is, like, this guy is just YOLOing right down the middle of the field. So we get spotted there, and you know, what this lynx is doing, like, I have no clue, guys. I mean, this was an extremely aggressive play, and I was really expecting him to be dead by now, but it is what it is. And we're gonna basically stay here now. On this map, guys, like I said, with the ELC being invisible, like, I'm not even getting lit until I'm right on top of this lynx. I'm going to clean this lynx up. He has no situational awareness, and I was kind of aware of that because he was just sitting there doing nothing. So I YOLO the lynx, we kill the lynx, and then we're going to poke back up here and keep this T-54 spotted. And you could use these ridges, guys, to keep yourself protected, but honestly, in the ELC, like, it has such good concealment, and mine's like 51% now because I run low noise exhaust, that I could be like, you know, 250 meters away from this guy, and he still won't be able to see me in the wide open, guys. Like, I'm right here, but he can't see me just because of the concealment rating. I mean, this is the way the game works. So we spot the charioteer up there as well, and all we're doing, guys, is just being a little freaking gnat, like a little devil, and we just have to keep these guys lit, and that's all this is. I thought I was going to be lit there, but I think either, you know, again, they can't spot me because I'm not close enough to them, or those bushes kind of helped me out with some concealment. So we're just going to dance around here, guys. That's all we're doing. The T-69 didn't even spot me there either. And we're using our TDs, right, guys? The RHM is back here. The T-30 is back here. The T-30 is nasty. I mean, that's a big freaking gun, guys. So we use him to our advantage. Looks like he shot HE at the T-69 there. And, you know, we're just going to keep making passes, guys. That's all we're doing here. I will speed through this. I try and take a shot at the T-69 there. Scorpion tries to take a shot at me. He misses. And we're at almost 4,000 spotting damage, guys, and, you know, it's almost unfair, right, guys? Just the fact that we can run around, you know, basically like a freaking EBR, and we're just going to basically run circles around these guys and get them into massive amounts of fire from back here, where my team is. And, you know, we spot the Scorpion up here, and at this given time, being that it's 13-6, guys, we're just going to go ahead, YOLO the Scorpion. I get 2 shots into him, and then we finish him off with the third, and that's really how this game ends, guys. The T-30 is sitting right here. Everyone's trying to blind fire him. I come down the hill, I believe, spot him, and I'm just using this little mound to stay safe from him. And 1367 more spotting damage, guys. They clean this guy up, and that's the end of the game. So I hope you enjoyed all three of these replays, guys. I do have the end plates for this particular game. It was a mastery, so I wanted to save the end plates. We did 1500 damage, 5600 spotting damage, guys. And on Sand River, I mean, it's like I said, I really like this map now, guys. It's a great map now that I kind of know how to play it, but I still don't think it's a very good scout map by any means. I mean, it's an active scout map is what it is. There's nowhere to hide, you know, trying to passive scout this map, at least not that I'm aware of. You know, it's very difficult to passive scout this map. So let's go ahead and take a look at the end plates, guys. Give me a you know, a second here. I do have to pull them up. And we're just gonna pull all three of these out. And like I said, guys, this was a mastery game. So, and with Holiday Ops, guys, we get tremendous amounts of coin. I mean, tremendous amounts of coin, guys. Just so much coin, you don't even know what to do with it. So, mastery, guys, and here is the detailed view, 1500 damage, and you'll see here 5900 spotting damage, even 5900 even, and you know, we had a few shots in here, guys, as well. But like I said, I'm never worried about damage. This was a very high damage game for the ELC. You know, 1500 damage doesn't sound like a lot, but in this tank, it is a lot of damage, guys. So here is the coin, 269,000, guys. 269K from one game. So there you have it, guys. There's the three replays. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you learned a thing or two from watching them, and I will see you for the next video. Bye-bye.